Today's video is going to be about love. The only thing that's different is that we're not talking about the happy side of love. We're talking about the side of love when you lose love. See, when you love with all of you and you find out that the person that you love does not love you anymore, or possibly never did love you, that is when a mourning begins to take place. And denial sets in such a deep way, because you want to believe that this person actually did love you. You want to believe that they didn't just waste their time, that this person really cared about you, but in all actuality, they didn't. And what takes place in your mind is a pain that is so deep. No amount of money, no amount of material things can take away from the pain that you feel. No amount of happiness with your friends, no amount of traveling can take away that very thing in your heart, which is the pain of a lost love. To get through something so devastating, one must rely on so many things. The Lord, family, friends, music, food, medicine, all of these things, because it is such a hard thing to endure when that is the only thing you've ever done for the last few years is love this person, and they walk out of your life like you've never ever existed. In my experience, it ripped my very soul out of me. And it wasn't because I was this weak woman or I put too much love into this one person. It was truly because I loved, and I loved with all of me, and I loved so hard. But the person that I loved did not feel like that, and he did not love me. And some might say that I loved in an unhealthy way. And maybe that's true. Almost 4 years later, I can say maybe that's true, because I loved him unconditionally, whether he brushed his teeth or not, whether he had money or not, whether he had a roof over his head or not, whether he stunk like shit. It didn't matter. I loved him, the person that he was, but I didn't get that back in return. And you don't love to be loved back. You love to share. You don't love in order to receive. And what I learned is that I was the only person that was in love. And now I've come to accept that. And when I tell you that the Lord has worked on my heart throughout the years, I no longer love that person. I don't even like to say I got love for them. I just care about them and wish them the best. Because once you get past the initial pain process and the mourning of them no longer being in your life, you begin to look at the things you went through with that person. You begin to look at the way that you were treated by that person. You begin to look at all the emotional ups and downs that you went through with that person, and you begin to realize that that wasn't love on their end, that you were the only person loving in that relationship. And I thank God that that situation has not made it impossible for me to possibly like or love anyone else. But in the middle of the pain, you'll say, I'm never going to give anyone else my heart. You say these things. But in all actuality, if you do feel that way and you live your life that way, then the person that walked away with your heart has you chained to him or her every day. And in order to no longer be a victim, you have to let go and say, yeah, my heart was broken, but I survived. And I can literally sit here today and tell you that it is the most hardest thing that I have ever had to deal with. So to all of you that are nursing a broken heart, I say give it to God. And that in time, I know you don't want to hear this because you're in denial. You don't want to accept it. But in time, God will heal your heart. You have to let go. Because if you don't let go, this broken heart will physically break. And next thing you'll know, you'll be going in and out of the hospitals, and they won't be able to find out what's wrong with your heart because it will be a spiritual breaking. Only the Lord could heal that. So don't let anyone take the place in your heart where only the Lord should dwell. You should learn to love in a safe manner. Learn to love in a safe manner because people change every day. You may love Bob on Monday, and on Thursday, 4 years down the line, he may wake up and say, I don't love you. You have to be able to survive. Of course, go through the pain and the hurt and the embarrassment and the shame, but you must still be able to go on. You must still survive. You must learn to love healthy. In my next video, I will talk about learning to love healthy. I love you all. Have a good day.